Greetings. In past session, we have discussed about variational method. In this, we have gone through basic calculus relationship that the first derivative of the function of a function is called as a first variance. The function of a function is termed as a functional, and the statement that first variance of a functional is 0 is termed as the first variant attained a stationary value. So we'll have our interest over this statement where we say that the variance of the function is have attained a stationary value. This is generally observed in case of engineering problems, especially related to potential energy of a body. So we were interested to know about this. So we have gone through a basic relationship by considering a y as a function of x, where we have seen the variation about two curves. One curve starts from x1 and goes to the x2, the second extreme point, and has a function y. And other I have shown in a dotted line, which is an imaginary curve which is running on the same path but in a different mode. So let us say this y bar is the function for it, and which is approximate, and we are interested to know the exact solution of this. So it shows that there is a certain difference in the path, though they are starting from the same point and merging on the same point, but while going through traversing from the path, there may be chances that there is a variation, and that may have errors in the result, and we are interested to know how we are going to rectify this error. For that case, we have analyzed this for differences, and we come towards a conclusion that the stationary value, to have a stationary value, it has to satisfy the three component parts. The very first one represent the functional part, represent the Euler-Lagrangian equation, and the second part represents the kinematic boundary condition or the natural boundary condition, which we have to satisfy. So where kinematic boundary condition is given with reference to the endpoints, whereas the natural boundary condition depends upon the variance of the function along the endpoints. So to satisfy that equation, the value to be stationary, these three component parts of the equation has to be satisfied. Let us apply this towards a civil engineering problem where the statement is made that show that the condition that first variance of total potential energy is stationary is equivalent to satisfy equilibrium equation and boundary condition conditions in a case of the two cases are given to us: simply supported beam subjected to UDL and cantilever beam subjected to UDL. Let's go one by one. First, we'll deal with the case of simply supported beam. As we all know that in case of simply supported beam subjected to a UDL along the length, it is subjected to flexural load, and this flexural load will develop strain energy as well as potential energy in the body, which will account for the total energy. If you want to go with reference to the strain energy, then in beams strain energy due to bending is given as integration 0 to L varying along the length of the member m square divided by 2 ER into dx. M is, we said, there are the end moments applied at the edges. The m square along the span of the beam divided by, means here we are going to consider rigidity of the beam in context. So if we substitute the basic relation in terms of curvature, it will lead to EI into d2y by dx square. Moment is nothing but the second curvature, okay, second derivative of the slope. The divided by 2 EI. Again, if we simplify this equation, this will become 0 to L varying along the span EI divided by 2 into d2y by dx whole, square bracket whole square into dx. The first part we know about the strain energy. Let us move towards the second part, that is a potential energy due to the load, which is given as integration 0 to L P into Y dx, where P is the applied UDL over the span of the beam, Y is the possible displacement in Y direction. It has a negative value because it is going to be work against the loading condition. It is going to be acting downwards. Hence, the total energy is given as pi is equals to is the summative value of these two energies, strain energy plus the potential energy. So we can write in one umbrella of integration like 0 to L varying EI by 2 in bracket d2y by dx square whole square, this is the strain energy component, minus p into y, this is nothing but potential energy component into dx. Let us consider the value which are represented in bracket is a functional. Okay, now we can say strain energy is integration 0 to L function f into dx. So we are interested to know how this functional is going to satisfy or have a stationary value over the span of the beam. So let us go towards the satisfaction of these stationary values. For that, what we have to do, we have to make the equation, this function, to satisfy Euler-Lagrangian relation. We have to make this function to satisfy boundary condition equations as well as kinematic condition equation. So for if f is so and so, which we have considered, if I take the derivative of this, first derivative of this will lead to be df by dy will be equals to minus p, where df by dy dash means the second derivative, it will be 0. Df by dy double dash, it will be ei d2y by dx square, where y double dash is nothing but d2y by dx square. If I substitute this value, df by dy minus p, df by dy dash is 0 minus dou d square, I have converted this into dou square upon dou x square ei, dou 2y upon dou x square equals to 0. ei equals to dou raised to 4, here it should be 4, by mistakenly I put here square itself, so consider this as a 4, dou raised to 4y upon dou x raised to 4 minus y equals to 0. So this is a generally equilibrium equation which appears in structural mechanics related to the deflection of the beam. Okay, so when UDL is the uniformly distributed load along the span, the deflection has a relation ei d2 dou raised to 4 upon dx raised to 4. Now let us go whether the boundary conditions are satisfied or not. First we'll go with the kinematic boundary condition, where we say y is the exact solution, then di by y is the difference between the exact and approximate solution. So when we say at support y equals to 0, the di by y should be 0, and the curvature, the slope dou y by dou x means y dash equals to 0, then di by y dash equals to 0 means the slope should be 0. In such cases, in case of simply supported beam at x equals to 1, di by y into x1 will be equals to y into x1, which is equals to 0. Hence we can say ei dou 2 y by dou x square equals to moment, the moment at x equals to 1 is equals to the 0. So similarly, from the other end, x equals to x2, the same relation we can get, means at both the free ends the moment is going to 0, which satisfy the given conditions. So hence we can conclude that the condition that first variance of total potential energy to be stationary satisfy Euler-Lagrangian equation as well as the boundary condition equation. Now let us go towards the part of cantilever beam subjected to UDL. In case of cantilever beam subjected to UDL, we will concentrate on the distribution of shear force. So at x equals to x1, di by y x1 is equals to y x1, di by y dash x1 means the slope y dash at x1 will be 0. At x equals to x2, it will have a function dou f, because at the fixed end the slope is 0, at the fixed end the deflection is 0, but whereas the free end there will be chances that the deflection will be there, and there is a also rotation of the end. So dou f upon dou y dash minus d upon dx in bracket dou f upon dou y double dash equals to 0. As we know, as y double dash is nothing but dou 2y by dx square into ei. This equation will convert into ei dou 2y by dx square. This one dou f upon dou y dash, it's by the relation we have got, it is equals to 0. That's why we can say conclude that ei dou cube y upon dou x cube equals to 0 means what? The rate of loading, the rate of shear force, not loading, shear force or loading, we can say the shear force is equals to 0. Hence it's also satisfy the boundary condition in case of the cantilever equation. So the deflection condition, the Euler-Lagrangian function will remain as the same as we have done in case of simply supported beam. But what the change we will observe here, we'll have the change in observation related to boundary condition equation. Hence both the case it's going to satisfy. That's why we can conclude that thus if a potential energy is selected as suitable function, its first variance is stationary, satisfy equilibrium equation as well as the boundary condition equation for both the loading cases, for the both the boundary end condition given cases like simply supported beam as well as cantilever beam. So in upcoming lecture I will deal with the part related to elastic body, potential energy of elastic body, or we can say deformable body. Till then, stay with us, stay at home, be healthy and be safe. Thank you.